Hi students, Cynthia Nitch here, wanting to go over Excel 2 textbook project. And this is the final draft of what your assignment would look like when you finish it. We do a lot of formatting here. We format the title, we format the title bar. We go ahead and create email addresses with a flash fill, which I'll show you in a little bit. And then we do some conditional formatting in this column, and we want to know everything that's above 70. We want it to turn purple, so we show that. We do some totals here, like what's the hours work totals, what's the gross pay, federal tax totals, and so on. Then we find the highest, lowest, and average of each column here. These ones up above here are actual formulas. To find the gross pay, we actually enter a formula. Federal tax is a formula, state tax formula, and these two as well. So we'll show you all of that, and I think you'll enjoy Excel. I love Excel. All right, so I just did another sheet here. You won't have that sheet in your assignment, but this is how I'm doing the video. And I kind of did like a skeleton spreadsheet here to save us time. And so one of the first things we want to do is we do some formatting in and out. You'll see on the assignment that we'll be doing some formulas, and then we'll go back to formatting and like kind of vice versa. But anyway, on this, on D3, we have hours worked, but we don't see the whole word of worked here. And also here we have hourly pay rate. So what we can do is do a wrap text to make the words stack on top of each other. So I can right click on this and choose format cells and choose wrap text. And when I click OK, you'll see that the two words are now stacked. And then I can do this for the next one. All right. Okay, so the next thing we do is a flash fill. And flash fill is awesome because it just kind of saves you time. Watch, I'm going to go over here and just show you an example of it. If I type the number 1 here and then the number 2 here, so Excel figures out that it's a pattern. And if you see, if I have my cursor, it's a big white like plus sign. And then if I go over here, it's like a 4 arrows. And then if I go in the corner, that's my flash fill, so I can hold it and pull it down and it'll do a fill for me. I could do like in 5s and 10s, right? Grab it, hold it, and it'll go in terms of 5s. So I love flash fill. It's going to make your life a lot easier. So let's do it in an email address example. So I'm going to do the first letter of the person's first name and all of their last name, and then I'll do @example.com, and then I'm going to go down and do this one. So I'll do L and then FOX @example.com. All right, so I showed you kind of like, when I showed you over here, there's another way of doing a flash fill. So I can highlight everything that I want as a flash fill, go to data and find flash fill and click on it. And then it'll kind of give me that same pattern here all the way down. Isn't that great? Okay, so after flash fill, they wanted to show you how to do this. So when I click on this, it'll just say sheet 3, right? But I can rename that sheet. I'm going to press delete. I'm right clicking on it. So I click here. If I want to delete it, I right click and choose delete. But on this video, I'm going to click once and then kind of click again to get to the word. And I'm going to choose salary report video. I'm going to click off of it and then I'm going to right click on it and change its color. So there's that color and there's that color. Okay. All right. So now after I did that formatting, what they want me to do is go ahead and do the formulas here. So let's take a look. Like Benny has 3 kids, 3 dependents. He works 74 hours. Wow. And then his hourly pay is 30 bucks, not bad. So we want to know what his gross pay is. So to do a formula, we need to start the formula with an equal sign, and then it's go time, right? So we're going to do D4 you just press on it, right? It's just the quickest way to do it. So you click D4 and then you add or you multiply it by hourly rate. I click on E4 with my mouse and then I press enter. So this guy makes about $2,600 a month. But the federal tax on this, let's figure that out. So I do equal sign and I do 0.26 times and then whatever I need to figure out here. So I need to figure out F4, gross pay, minus the dependents, times 2216. And then I'm going to close it. So in order of operation, you guys, the Excel will do the parentheses thing first and then multiply it by 0.26. So I'm going to press enter, and this person is going to pay $665 in federal tax. Now I want to know state tax. So I would do equal sign 0055, and I want to multiply it by what I make, right? So my gross pay. And then what do I pay in sales tax? $144. So what is my tax percentage of my gross pay? So how to find that out is I want to do an equal sign, always, right? And then I'm going to open up my parentheses and do G4 plus my state taxes. And then I'm going to close the parentheses and divide it by how much I make. Okay, and I'll press enter. And it's 30%. I'm going to do a percent sign on that. So I'm going to click home and I'm going to do a little percent sign. So it's 31%. I think they want a double. Yeah, they want 2 decimals at the end. All right. So then how much does this person make overall, right? Their net pay. So we're going to do equal sign again. And then we're going to do F4, gross pay, and we're going to choose minus, and then we're going to do order of operation in parentheses, G4 plus H4, right? What's that total? And we subtract it by our gross, and we make $1,800 after we thinking we're making 26 and we're really happy, and then we make 18,000 here. So I think I'm going to make that a double parentheses as well. Or I'm sorry, so we can see. I'm not sure if they want that, but I just wanted to see it. Okay, so check this out, because we have the autofill or flash fill, which is awesome. So all these, I can click here, and I can go ahead and just drag it all the way down, and it'll give me all the numbers I need for each one of my employees. Sure did save a lot of time doing that. All right, so now we want to look at totals. We want to look at what's the highest, lowest, and average of each column. So totals are pretty easy, right? So they're going to do this thing called auto sum. So all I need to do is make sure my cursor is where I want the actual solution is here, right? The number here. So I'm going to click auto sum. There's other things you can do. You can do average, count numbers, max, min, and more. Auto sum is the default because it's the one that's mostly used. So if I click there, Excel's going to intuitively know what I want as an auto sum, and I would press enter. And I would have 13 on this, which doesn't even really matter, right? It doesn't really tell me, much about what I need to know. So we should probably delete that and go on to the sum of hourly wage. That's going to actually be better. Okay, so I'm going to delete that because we don't really care about that. Okay, so we're going to go here. Totals of hours worked. That makes more sense, right? So I'll press enter there, and then I can kind of move on and see what else I need to go. I know the taxes is a little bit weird on how to calculate totals there, so I'll delete this one. But the rest of them I think are all right. So let me just double check. Yeah, so I just want hours worked, and then hourly rate I don't need, so I'm going to delete that. And then date, I don't need that one. This one is calculated differently on this one, so I just need to bring that one, just this one flash fill, and just bring it down, and that will be the correct way of doing that. You'll see that in your instructions. Okay, so I got all that. So now I want to do what's the highest dependent number, and obviously it's 3 because I can see it, but if I click on here and choose max, I want to go ahead and highlight what I need because it's assuming that I need this too, and I don't. So I'm going to highlight that again, and I'm going to press enter. So I have 3 is my highest dependent, and my lowest dependent, I'm going to go back down here and choose min, but I need to highlight what I want to choose from, and then lowest is 0 obviously, and then the average, I would just click here. Okay. Cool. So now on this, I can kind of pull it all the way across. So if I grab all 3, I can pull this across, and it'll be kind of easy. All right, so here we go. I grab these 3 and I pull it. I'm just going to pull it into that tax percentage, even though it's a little different. Actually, I don't think so. I think I can get away with it. I would just take the average out, and voila. And then I get this average and I take it out. So everything has a total, everyone has a high, low, and an average, except on taxes. You leave that one blank because there is no average. All right, so now they kind of go in here. I need to change these to percentage as well. It looks like it's missing it. All right, so now the rest of it's just formatting. So that was fun, and now we just do, we're kind of downhill now, and we just do like the formatting of the merge and center on this one. I can do that really quick, and then I want to do one more thing. So check this out. If I wanted this title to be in the center of all my data here, I would do a merge and center. So I'm not clicking my A, B, C, I'm just clicking my A1 through K, right? And I'm just going to choose merge and center. Isn't that awesome? You can't do them at the same time. You have to do them separately in order for it to work. And then it asks us to kind of make a style, and I think this one's title. And this one's title as well, but they want me to make this one font lower. So I'll just click on that. All right, and then they have you kind of make this in the center. I'll let you do that because that's really easy. The one thing that I think is neat here as well is called conditional formatting. And we see the hours worked here, right? So what they want us to do is just see every hours worked above 70. So I highlighted everything I wanted to see. I don't want to see totals, it doesn't matter to me. And I want to click on my conditional formatting, and I want to do a new rule. And there's tons of rules here, but this is the most one that's used. Format only cells that contain. So I want to do a cell value greater than 70. And I want to make it a different color, right? So it stands out. So I'm going to click format, and I'm going to choose the font. They want it white. And I want to choose the fill purple. And then I click OK. And then this is what it'll look like. And I click OK. And there we go. We can see who our hardest workers are in this Excel spreadsheet. So there's a lot of what they want you to do here is they probably just want you to do like a currency or an accounting. I'm not going to mess with that because I think that's really easy and you guys can kind of play with that. But, overall, that's kind of the most difficult task, if you want to call them difficult, in this assignment. So if you need any help, please let me know. Thank you.